your goal is to get lean, you're going to focus on a cut. If you're already lean and your focus is to build lean muscle, then you're going to go into a bulk. But what the fuck do you do if you're skinny fat? Well, what is skinny fat? ChatGPT, let's do this. Define skinny fat. Right, are we ready? Skinny fat is a casual term used in fitness to describe someone who looks relatively slim in clothes, but actually has a high body fat percentage and low muscle mass. In other words, they aren't overweight on the scale, but their body composition is poor. There we go. So basically, you've got very low muscle, but you have a high amount of body fat. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do to fix it, and it's very simple. We need to focus on two things: losing body fat and building muscle, which can be done at the same time, especially if you have higher amounts of body fat or you're new in the gym. Do not listen to people who say you need to go to maintenance. If you go to maintenance, you won't lose any body fat because you're not in a deficit. And right now, you need to get rid of the body fat. So how do we lose the body fat? Well, you need to be in a calorie deficit. How do you figure out how many calories to eat? Oh, I'm so glad you asked. There's a calorie calculator in the description of this video. Personally, I prefer to take a more aggressive approach when it comes to dieting myself, more like a 25% deficit, so that I can condense the amount of time spent dieting because I don't like dieting. You may prefer a more moderate approach of 15 to 20%, either or. Whatever works, as long as you're in a deficit. But if all else is equal, your adherence is the same, a larger deficit is going to mean you lose body fat quicker. You're also going to want to make sure that you're eating a sufficient amount of protein and healthy fats. Protein is there to help you build and retain muscle and turn into Lord Swoldemort. You're already skinny fat. We don't want to be losing more muscle. And fats for your overall health, hormone production, and all that good stuff. How much? 25% of your overall calories from each will be perfect. And then the rest of your calories can come from carbohydrates to fuel your performance in the gym. But please do not forget to eat fruit and vegetables. It's great for your health, but it's also going to mean your diet is a lot easier because you're going to be eating a lot of food and a lot more full. Plus, you're a fucking adult. Eat them. Then we want to make sure we have a good amount of activity on a day-to-day basis. 8 to 12K is pretty decent for most. It's going to depend on your life circumstance, all that jazz. Just look to move as much as you can. This is going to mean we're burning a higher amount of calories on a day-to-day basis. And if you get some steps outside, getting some sunlight is also a very good bonus. Now, if you're shitting bricks that dieting is boring and all this shit, then I've linked some high protein recipe packs in the description of this video so you can stop moaning, have food that tastes good, that isn't a pain in the ass to put together. Now, training. Here is where we're going to add shape to your physique. Training is the same across all phases: dieting, maintenance, and bulking. The only difference may be the total amount of sets you're able to recover from each week. Other than that, the goal is always the same. You need to be getting stronger, meaning you need to not train like a wet flannel. You need to train hard, and yes, you can still make progress with reps in reserve, but if you don't know what failure is, how can you train with reps in reserve? You can't. So train as hard as you possibly can. What we're really chasing is more reps or more weight each week. You'll have a set rep range on your program. Once you get to the top of the rep range, you need to increase the weight. And fuck me, keep a log of your training sessions. You do not remember what you did last week. You just don't. If you're not sure what program to follow, I've linked a 3, 4, and 5 day training program in the description of this video. So even though it isn't a personalized plan for you, you have something you can go away and execute on immediately that covers the full body. But if you want some more one-to-one help, to have a more personalized solution and guaranteed success so you can ditch the skinny fat look and build a lean, muscular, beach-ready physique, then there's also a link to my application form in the description. If you found this useful, please like and subscribe to support your boy, and I'll see you in the next one.